Richard Greer here, CP Media. We're here at the finish line of the Crater Rim Ultra, the 30k. Grant Guise across the finish line first, and you're actually looking pretty fresh, Grant.
I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling pretty
Must be
rough,
behind those glasses.
Yeah, I sort of got them on. You can't see how broken I am behind here. Yeah, pretty smashed, but it was good. It was a good day. Yeah. It was hard. Definitely had to work for it. But that's kind of it's what I wanted. Turn up 30k. It's long, but it's not crazy. It's not like 50k, so you can kind of really
actually race it a bit.
Yeah, race it a bit, and that was it. I was like, I'm not too worried placings or whatever, but it'd be fun to race it, whether it's racing for 10th place or 5th place or 1st place. So got to race for 1st place.
Cool.
So yeah, it was good. It was a real battle.
So how did that unfold? Tell us about that.
Yeah, there was like a little group of us, maybe that first climb, there's 4 or 5 of us, and people were being kind of smart. It was almost disappointing. I was hoping someone was going to try running that first climb.
Okay.
Yeah, just for a bit of a laugh, to watch someone run that first climb. But everyone was quite sensible. And then once we got started into the single track, it kind of went down to 3 or 4, and then as we went into...
were you trying to run at the front on the single track?
No,
like you did
not
well
really. Not. I was in maybe 3rd or something, kind of sitting back. And then we hit that road going up the top of the bastard and went back in. And I think it's Daniel who runs for university. Younger kid running. Road champs last weekend, pretty quick. He was like, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah.
So I ended up leading into the Crater Rim Trail off the bastard there, off of Gibby's Pass Road, and then I was like, well, I might as well, he's giving me the lead, I might as well see what I can do with it.
Right.
And I didn't realise, but he slipped over a couple of times, so I put a bit of a gap on him, and then he caught back up to me, and we went back and forth, and then down, is it Worsley's down into...
Yeah, the adventure park. Yeah, so I saw both of you guys there, and you were running sort of side by side, both working pretty hard.
Yeah, like we were definitely pushing each other, and it was good fun. That was good fun. Like, it was good because it was like we're racing. Like, this is great. And it was so funny because we went over the road and we got down to the top of Worsley's.
Slippery as anything.
Yeah, and he was just like, you could hear. I don't know what it was saying. Like, oh shit. And I was just like, oh yeah, here we go, and like totally like pushed it really hard, especially at the top.
Yeah.
And put a gap on him, and it was like, okay, so I'm strong on the down. And by the time we got back in and started climbing, he gapped me pretty good. By the time we got back up to that out and back. Yeah. He was like gone on that road. Like I almost didn't see him. Right. And I was like, oh, that's that. Yeah. And got on the single track and really quickly, like, I don't know, like within a couple of minutes of crossing back over the road to go behind on the harbour side, was right on him again. I was like, and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, bro, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't really want to be here because now we're gonna have to work harder, But it was good, that was fun. It was fun to push, and then. Just cruising along, managing to just stick with him as we, cruise up and down along the next to Summit Road there. Yeah. Just super fun trails. I train on those a lot, so I kind of knew exactly where I was there and really enjoying it. And it was just one rocky technical bit before you come out onto the kind of around the bottom of Vernon.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I can just kind of straight line this little bit of rock here and be gone. Yeah. And I was like, we'll just see what happens. And gapped him, and then just started to realise, like, well, I've got 8k to go, and I was like,
this is me if I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah, I was just like, well, yeah, screw it, let's just go to the well, let's just see how bad I can hurt. And I was really hurting, like I was pushing really hard that whole way, hard for me, and I thought, well, he's going to roll past me going down Rapaki, and then he'll roll past me in Montgomery Spur.
How do you do that in your head? How do you mentally cope with that?
Yeah, it sucks.
No, that there's someone hunting you down. You are being hunted.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like I was like, I don't want to be like catching him with 15k to go. Like, after he gapped me, I was like, I want to catch him with 5k to go. Yeah. I was just like, oh well, let's just see what happens. He's probably going to beat me. Like he's obviously a much higher caliber runner than I am. If he's running for university in the road relays and stuff. So. But I was like, well, let's see what we can do. And it was really interesting because those ridiculous switchbacks in Montgomery Spur. I haven't really ran that. And I was running. I was like talking to him. I was like, hey man, good job. We should high five each other.
Because he's on the different switchback.
Yeah, we're just like, he's right there. And and he wasn't talking back to me, and I was like, huh.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's see. And then, once we got out of there and it was downhill again, I was cranking. I mean, it was kind of embarrassing, but at that point, you don't care. Like, I was just like, working hard, and someone, I was running up, and this girl, I was coming up on her, and she turned and just was laughing at me. I must have just sounded pretty rough. But, I'm getting a little long in the tooth. I don't get too many wins, so I got to, make the most of it while I can, man.
100%. No,
yeah,
fantastic.
Exactly. But no, it was good. It was really fun. It was interesting to race the trails that I train on all the time, and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than what I thought. So
good.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. Awesome. Yeah,
and you had a bit of a support team here to help you out.
Yeah, a little bit of support crew. They were making a lot of noise up around the Kiwi. I actually heard the dog before I heard them.
And does that make a difference when you're performing and you're trying to do your best?
Yeah. I mean, it was super cool. Like, out there, and it was like a friend I hadn't seen in like a year. Out on the trail, there was these guys. There was a training buddy out there. There was loads of friends and just good support. And part of me, I remember the first time I did a race like this, I'm like, man, I've got to pass all these people that have started early, and they should get out of the way, and much younger version of myself. But now it's so much fun to see all those people, and it's really cool.
Everyone's chatting, everyone's cheering each other on. It's great.
And it kind of reminds me, like, I'm working as hard as I can right now. And just going to the well. But then you're like, hey, guys, get out of it. But then you see all these other people working really hard too. And it's really nice. Like, I always tell myself, like, and I didn't do it by the end because I was pretty big.
Yeah.
But, I always try to, like, say good job or, great work. And, because at the end of the day, it's just a running race. And it's so cool to see people out here. So,
and that helps you too. If you give something to them, they'll get a bit back.
100%. It's so cool. Like, and those guys, like the Speed Freak guys, I ran with those guys a few weeks ago up here, and I seen a few of them on the trail, and it was so cool. Like, it was really cool to see those guys and different people that and so it's really cool. It's such a great event, and to see it grow like this has been super cool. Really good for obviously the trail running community and folks like ourselves in the industry, and it's just good for everyone, like, to see the growth, and it's super cool.
100%. And it's good for Christchurch and Canterbury to have a local Christchurch event rather than, we won't do this because I can run it here every day. But actually, let's come and support this and get behind it because it's a really cool event.
Yeah, 100%. And it's interesting to see it grow. I'm like, it's just this race you can do. I train all the time. But, I think a lot of people do really, it really resonates because it is a local race. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I've been well impressed with the whole organisation of it. And so, yeah, Jamie and his Port Hill athletics crew are doing really well. And it's been really fun.
Cool.
So,
awesome. Well, well done. A fantastic effort today. You be proud of that and go and put your feet up.
Yeah, thank you. I will. Cheers, buddy. See ya.